back in, Cult Lords fans. Here to do another episode reaction of your new favorite zombie show. If you can call it a zombie show. I think it's just a show with the occasional zombie. But Last of Us. And this was episode 7, Dave.
Yes.
Left Behind. Does this mean that it was the rapture that happened? Did Jesus come and all the...
Hang out in a strip mall?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
Series of books, too, right?
Series of books, yeah, about the rapture. But that's not what this episode's about. This episode is about being left behind once again. Actually, it shows the beginning of Ellie being left behind.
Right.
So,
and her desire not to be left behind.
And her desire not to be left behind. Are we getting a little bit too much into spoilers? We haven't even talked about that yet. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we really need you because 80% of the people who watch our shows, not subscribers. They just come in, sit down, put their legs up on the table, and watch our episode, and then leave. Right. Didn't even subscribe.
Stop with that!
Make sure to hit the like. We always need double-digit likes to get us higher up into the algorithm so new people can find us. And then tell us in the comments what you thought about this episode and maybe, some of our thoughts on it. Do you want to give 2 different types of spoilers? Number 1, spoiler alert! If you have not seen this episode, we are about to go into some serious spoilers. So if you want to experience it live for the first time, hit pause, go watch the episode, then come back, and then watch with us. And the other type of spoiler, or at least informational news we want to put out, we did not play the video game. So we are watching this for the very first time. We don't have any information or knowledge of how the video game went, so we can't really compare it to that. But we're always interested to hear what the people who did play the video game, what they thought of this episode, and in doing that in comparison. So,
yeah.
All right, Dane.
Yes, Jer.
So let's talk about this episode. Well,
jump right into it.
We thought last week this could be the end
for Mr. Pascal.
For Joel. We find out it's not so far.
He's getting ready for the Mandalorian. He's like, I need to end my involvement in this series because I got another gig going. He's got a side hustle. He's got a smooth.
I got another kid to take care of named Grogu. So
that's true. Look at Grogu. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, he's just babysitting on these shows now. So.
I'm sure he's kind of commented on that somewhere.
I'm sure we're not the first ones to notice that. So, so you see that, she's made it to, gotten back on the horse, made it to some sort of suburban neighborhood.
Into a house? I don't know why I'm so tired. Excuse me, people.
Yeah.
We do these things late. Yeah. But yeah, she's got him in there. She's parked the horse in the garage.
Yeah.
That was, kind of touching.
FDR says, I want a chicken in every pot and a horse in every garage. So there she
achieved.
Yeah.
But she is definitely a go-getter. I mean, she's like, I got to get this guy in here. I got to get him home. And then she just goes scrambling, looking for stuff in the house. You don't know what exactly it is, and she doesn't know either. She's just, where is it? What is it? I don't know what I'm looking for.
Where's the surgery kit in the house? Everybody's got a surgery kit.
Where's the staple gun and the bandages?
So, as she's looking for that, she is starting to they're doing a flashback of her beginning. But, Dane, I wanted to tell you, in watching heavy spoilers, watching their episode
like
recap,
heavy diapers, heavy spoilers.
Yeah. I talk about this channel every week, heavy spoilers. I highly recommend them. They go through all the Easter eggs, and then they do comparisons of the video game to the show. In the video game, when this happens, she goes off looking for supplies, not in the house, but like in the town.
Oh.
And she has to fight zombie after zombie after zombie to stay alive. And
would have made a much better episode, I think.
Very exciting, and the people who some people were complaining because they took out this whole and what happened was it was 1 hour of gameplay to get through this, and the whole time she's thinking, I hope Joel's still alive. I hope Joel's still alive when I get
Right.
back. I don't know if he's going to be there.
Oh.
So she's fighting off zombies. She's getting supplies. She finds a downed military helicopter that she has to go to, and you get some stuff in the game. And I'm watching the heavy spoilers. I'm going, that would have been so much more exciting than what happened in this episode.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, the producers and the writers are definitely much more pushing the emotional
Yes.
tie-ins to the original series than they are the action-based tie-ins. I
maybe-
mean, we had Frank and Bill,
Yep.
all emotion, the entire thing, with very little, almost zero zombies.
Right.
And then we got her with her, well, I guess we should officially say her girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And another big emotional tie-in, and then Joel, of course, has his backstory with his brother and all that. But
So
they are holding back on the zombies.
They're holding back on the zombies, man. And
Pulling into the reins. Come on, we need you to let these horses go.
I know. So what we learn is we learn her history as she's in one of the quarantine zones.
Right.
I guess they have like orphan kids, like that don't have parents there,
Right.
in like a facility.
FEMRA training facility.
For
the kiddos.
Yep. But
Mostly brainwashing, but there we go.
surviving. You know what I mean? So and she even said to her friend, who her name is Riley, her friend, she said, FEMRA does good things. They keep everything going on. They keep people alive. They keep food production going. They provide defense. They're looking for cures, and
Right.
Riley's like, no, you gotta get out. We gotta get with the fireflies.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid, man.
You're drinking the Kool-Aid, man. You gotta get with the fireflies.
And then we're gonna just go blow everything up because we don't agree with any of it.
I know, we don't agree with that. So, in this day and age, you make pipe bombs and you kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Why you're playing some Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Eating my ass. Ah, Jesus! Oh. Okay, now what do we do? Back forward, down forward, low punch.
So, but yeah, I mean, so you see how their relationship was. Riley was part of that group, but she snuck out and had been missing for like a couple of weeks, and so Ellie thinks she's dead. You know what I mean? Until that night, she comes sauntering up through the guards somehow back into town.
No, she came up through like a back window and snuck into her room.
No duh. But how would she get into? You would think they would have guards up around these encampments,
they escape
right?
pretty damn easily too. I think they know the loopholes in the guard timing.
Yeah. So she came in through the window. Yeah.
Came in through the bathroom window. Beatles song. Abbey Road.
Could you hear her knocking on the window? Rolling Stones song.
Yes.
All right.
That's Can't You Hear Me Knocking?
Yeah.
On your window. Look that up. But I mean, it was interesting that they definitely wanted to showcase her entire backstory because they had hinted at it up to this point.
Yeah.
And you now found out she's killed somebody. She's got like a tie-in to FEMRA, and they must have trained her with guns and everything.
She was bullied, and the only thing that kept her from being bullied was when Riley was there.
Right.
So when Riley was gone, the bullies are like, you don't have your protector anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know, but then she let it loose.
Yeah.
And they're like, she's got a bloody eye.
Yeah.
We're going to suspend you or detention, and the other one's in the hospital for 3 days or something like that. So
that's when Captain Kwong came to the rescue and had the nice little chat with her.
Yes.
So.
Well, and that's why Riley left, is because I'm sure this happens all the time in military outfits. Somebody's going to be in charge of the toilet detail, the sewage detail.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, I guess the word would be tough shit.
Right. But you know what? You got to take care of the sewage. Somebody does.
Somebody's got to clean it up.
I know.
No matter where you do it, it's got to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. Maybe that was above them, so they didn't want to do that.
But they didn't go really, really into their background. Like, who were their parents? I mean, was it an orphanage?
It was it was for orphans, yeah.
It was orphans?
Yeah.
Okay. So parents were all
So no parents for any of those kids.
They were all cha-cha-cha-cha.
So Riley says, hey, I've got someplace I've been wanting to take you, right?
Yep.
So she takes her. Where all teenage girls want to go. The mall!
The mall! The exciting world of escalators.
Yeah, so, she's there, like the mall rats. And Riley takes her to a couple places, right? But one of those places is, of course, the arcade.
Arcade, yep.
Yeah.
Riley. Yeah. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
You gotta remember, this is 2003, so, I guess there was still some arcades left back then.
Well, this is 3 years before she met Joel.
No. But when society fell, it was 2003.
Yeah.
So that's when time froze,
right?
And the mall had an arcade in it.
Oh yeah. The mall.
Today,
was
malls
like
don't have arcades in them, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they did a great job reproducing that mall. I mean, they found a place up in Canada, and the interesting thing is that they had to reproduce the Victoria's Secret, and the Halloween place. So that was all made up.
Okay.
Even though they were in like this structure, the bones of the mall.
Right.
So they did a great job with that episode.
Yeah.
And what I loved about Ellie, and I'll say maybe the actress in her own right, is. You really, it's basically like a reaction video. We're all like reacting or feeling the emotions of her reacting to all these like new things that we of course consider that pedestrian.
Right.
Like the mall or the escalator or an arcade game.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
My mind's been blown. Or although I will say, I don't think in those days there was no Halloween store. Like that was the only, like Spirit Halloween. You guys ever gone into one of those but have all those things made up? I don't remember that in 2003.
Did it say Halloween store?
It did say like something Halloween at the top and everything. So that was the only thing I thought.
Because it could have been like a Spencer's.
It wasn't a Spencer's.
Spencer's been around forever and they do Halloween.
No,
so.
It was all just masks and Halloween scary stuff.
Well, okay.
Or
maybe
or what was the other? Chess King?
Chess
King.
King.
You like to populate?
That was in the 80s and early 90s. Yeah. And Jay Riggings. Do you remember Jay Riggings?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I used to do Jay Riggings. Do you remember Jay Riggings? There was Chess King, Jay Riggings.
I completely forgot about Jay Riggings.
Z Cavarici.
Was that a store?
Yeah, they had a store.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened to the old Z?
Yeah. What was the other one?
It was like parachute pants.
Yeah. It's
all back now.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah. Totally dating ourselves.
Yes.
So. All right. Jeez. So yeah, they're playing Mortal Kombat 2. Mm-hmm. So, totally, Last of Us being on HBO, Warner's Brother properties. I guess Warner Brothers has Mortal Kombat 2. That's a property of theirs. Mm. So, easy to do that tie-in, right? But I did see, like, Dig Dug. I saw Q*bert in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like as they were going through. I can't remember if I saw anything else. I don't remember seeing stuff like Pac-Man or Galaga.
No.
A lot of pinball. A lot of pinball.
Yep.
Yeah. But I did see Q*bert and Dig Dug. So, kind of interesting. But, yeah.
They did a little cutesy homage to different things. I mean, you're right. They had to settle on one big game that they were going to have to play.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because Bella was like, no way. Like, so they must have talked about it prior to this in some form or another. And then they finally got to play it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you got to think in this time plane, whatever you want to call it, time zone, time frame, the... kids had no idea what video games. I mean, the other thing is, this is 2003. She had a Sony Walkman with cassettes.
Right.
They were completely no iPhones, nothing.
No, there was no iPods at that time, no iPhones. So, in fact, you would either have a cassette Sony Walkman or you would probably have the CD Master, which was like a CD Walkman. Do you remember those things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like about this.
And it was cool because you could transport it to your car with a car lighter, but then you could be in bed at night with your little CD.
Go jogging with it because of an anti.
And he skipped. Remember? It would actually like literally record like 5 seconds ahead. So if it skipped, it wouldn't miss a beat.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally remember those things.
The beauty of technology.
Yes, but that was right before the iPods. So, so yeah, they didn't have the benefit of that. So after they play the video game, then it's dance time with masks up on
and we skipped the merry-go-round part, which we played a Cure song. I'm assuming you caught that.
I might have. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the tune that they were playing it on the musical, like, merry-go-round. It was a Cure song, Just Like Heaven.
Oh.
And then they did the photos.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, they did the photos. That was actually pretty touching, because they were both like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Let's do this!
Yeah.
Let's do that! Scared!
Yeah.
And then they end up at... Well, no, then she discovered that Riley was part of the Fireflies guarding the bomb shaft.
Well, that was, I think, after the dancing. Because after the dancing... Then they go, because she was still happy at that time. Remember, once she saw the bombs, she like storms out.
Yeah. Right. And then she comes back.
Well, she comes back. Oh, yeah, you're right. Because they come back and then
the
that's when
Halloween
she
monster
danced.
was going, ah! Because she thought somebody was screaming.
Yeah.
And Riley had set up the fifth wonder of the world.
Yeah, and that's when down the hallway, hadn't cleared every store, there's a zombie.
Just sitting out, hanging out with his mushroom troop.
He's attached to the wall with a fungus.
Yep.
But he breaks free. But so they go back. They're dancing. They're all this stuff, and they have
their clown mask and werewolf. What was the other one?
A wolf.
A wolf mask.
A wolf mask.
They're dancing on the floor, and this is after Ellie had come back and realized that she's just playing a joke on me with their scary monster songs.
Yeah.
Or whatever was coming up. So yeah, they're dancing it out. It was like a pretty in pink type, 16 Candles. It's like a 16 Candles moment.
But you're right. I mean, we're skipping over the part where she does see the bombs, and Ellie's like, "You're killing people with this." You know what I mean?
Yeah, killing soldiers.
You're killing soldiers.
The group I'm part of.
Yeah, exactly. And
so it does.
And then of course, Riley says, "Well, there's another piece of bad news I have for you. I'm moving out tonight."
Yeah.
I'm being moved somewhere else.
To Boston.
Is it to Boston?
Yeah.
And I asked if you could come. And
well, wait a minute. They're in Boston because at one point they were overlooking like the baseball.
Might have been Charlotte or something, wasn't it, or North Carolina?
Yeah, maybe it was North Carolina.
It was somewhere else. But she says I'm moving out, and I asked if you could come, and they said no. So that's when Ellie got really mad, and then she stormed out. Then realized, you know what? If I storm out here, I'm never going to see her again.
Well, and heard the horror creature screaming because she thought that was somebody getting attacked.
Yeah.
And then she shows up and she sees the thing coming out of the grave.
And then Riley's punking her.
Yes,
screaming.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought, of course, they manipulated it because they showed you like clips earlier of the zombie being in the. You thought she was being attacked at that moment. So she goes running in and she's not being attacked. So now they're going to have a good time, but boom, zombie comes rushing in, right?
Yeah, and once again, somehow no one knows to hit it in the head.
Right. She's stabbing in the side.
Well, that was later.
Yeah.
But remember, Riley's is like shooting at it from above, and the thing's coming. I'm like, I'm sorry. I mean, it's only like 2 feet away. How hard is it to hit the head? Like, you're just randomly shooting at it.
If you're not a good shot, it's not that easy. But it seems like she wasn't purposely shooting at the head.
Right.
And then once again, when Ellie is pulling out her knife and trying to stab it, she's stabbing it multiple times, like in the abdomen,
kidneys, and other things, and Haven't they trained you on anything in this?
I know.
I mean, this is 2023 at this point, isn't it? In this movie, or
yeah.
They had 20 years. No one's figured out like head. So and then Ellie basically, after they're getting attacked and thrown all over the place by this creature, finally in a rage goes full out, switchblade right in the head. and that was it.
Right.
The killing blow.
And then when she finished killing it, they're both, kind of panting. And then Ellie starts busting up laughing like, oh, we got away with this. We got away with this. But Riley's face tells a different story. Because as she's looking at Ellie, she sees the blood trickling down from her arm. And there is a bite mark right there. Which is now the infamous bite mark that we've seen throughout the series.
Times, yes.
Right?
And then unfortunately Riley has one on her hand right around here.
Yes. So now they both realize they're going to die. So they curl up and cuddle and cry at the same time.
And we did skip the kiss part after the dancing.
Oh, yeah.
They took their masks off after dancing together and they had a smooch.
They had a smooch.
And they kind of had implied that was coming.
Yeah, I could see that was coming. So now they're crying and they're going to die. But meanwhile, we still got another storyline going on.
Well, that was it. After that, they went right back to the present time zone.
And that's where she finally, as she's going through drawers and cabinets, she finds needle and thread. Mm-hmm. So she grabs that, goes running down.
Joel
is still alive. Right. But you know what? He does look at her a couple of times because he said earlier, leave me. Leave me. And she's like, I'm not leaving you. Mm-hmm. I am not leaving you. And Joel, I don't know if he said this or if this was some thoughts from the game that I watched in heavy spoilers, but Joel probably would have left her if the situation had been reversed, because that's what he's been trained to do for the last 20 years, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when, and even he and Tess had said stuff like, if one of them got bitten, they're moving on, right?
Right.
And so, but he sees that Ellie is not going to leave him. So I think he is garnering more of that emotional feel for her, where he's coming out of this, should he survive,
right,
he's going to be much more dedicated to saving Ellie. So,
mm-hmm. and to that, mm-hmm. Yes, you're correct in all aspects of there. So then it brings it back to the game. Like, are you playing Joel or are you playing Ellie? Or is it like they act as almost like a single entity in the game, and it's like your choice goes one way or another? Because I could easily see I'm Ellie right now, and Joel's dead. I'm going to go off and do something else. Well, that's it. You're dead because Joel's not there to help you out anymore, Well,
I bet you, I have not played the game, so game players tell me, but I bet you during different parts of the game, you're playing Joel, and then when it's an Ellie mission, you're playing Ellie going out looking for supplies.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? And that's what I'm guessing. So I'm thinking that's what it is. But sure would have loved to seen the gaming part of Ellie going out and killing zombies on her own. You know what I mean?
They're missing.
That would have shown like a bunch of her growing up and learning to be a survivor.
They're missing a lot of opportunities, and what me thinks is going on is that they know they got one episode left, so they gotta get.
There's 9 episodes.
Oh, there's 2 more after this one, because the Mandalorian's about to cross over here.
Yeah,
but the catch is that I think they realize that they got a short season. They got to get all the backstory in as much as possible, because next season there's a lot more payoff. Yeah. I'm hoping is what happens. But man, are they holding back on the zombies?
But see, if I was an executive producer and I'm like, show me the scripts, and I've studied the game, and I'm like, wait a second, where's the part where Ellie goes on her own and has to face down zombies on her own to get the supplies she needs to save Joel? Where is that? I'd be like, you gotta put that in.
Right.
That's essential to the story, and that's great television. Mm-hmm. But no, we're not going to show that. We're going to see the backstory, which I don't know if, the backstory is in the game too, but we're not going to see, or she's just going to find a needle and thread within the house. I don't know.
Yeah.
That just very
seems like a minimal payoff there.
It does. It does. And you know what? I like this show a lot. I just feel like I could like it a lot more. And you know what? We hate to do it, but we are comparing it to The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And Walking Dead Year 1 to Last of Us Year 1, I think it's edging in the favor of Walking Dead for me, as far as the experience. Right. And then, you know what? Black Summer Season 1 compared to Last of Us Season 1, it goes to Black Summer for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you were on the seat. You were on the edge of your pants the whole time.
Yeah.
Edge of your seat?
I mean, I still
seat
like...
of your pants? What's the word?
Yeah.
But it was definitely, I'd agree with you 100%. I mean, Black Summer was, you were nonstop. You couldn't, like, not watch the next season, the next show each time. I know. Because you were like, what happened?
Right. So, and that one allowed you to binge and just watch.
Right.
But if you haven't seen Black Summer on Netflix, make sure you go watch Black Summer. So, but yeah, I mean, you hate to do it, but you're going to compare a zombie franchise to zombie franchise. And so far, I've really liked Last of Us. I like the world building, but it's kind of falling a little bit flat on its face for me with some of the decisions they're making as far as where they want to go with this.
Yeah.
Now, there's 2 more episodes left. There's 9 episodes to this. So we'll make our full final analysis at the end of the season, because maybe it picks up. Next week looks pretty interesting. Looks like, I don't know if Joel's with her, because you don't see Joel in the previews.
Oh. I guess I didn't see the next preview.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No.
She finds like a group of men that are trying to talk her into like either joining them, or they're trying to kill her, and you can't really tell.
Joel's probably like on the mend.
He's probably on the mend.
Right.
She's out looking for something.
Got him in the trunk.
Yeah. So we'll see. Well, you know what, Cult Lords fans, we'd love to hear. First of all, before we hear from the Cult Lords fans, did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode?
What Dane thinks?
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed this episode.
I said the Cult Lords fans.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I enjoyed this episode. I mean, I thought the actress is doing such a stupendous job. I mean, it's like pure seeing how she reacts to all of the different things that we're all used to. You know, I mean, so it is kind of like refreshing from a certain standpoint to see, oh, this is somebody that's completely running into world aspects that she hasn't seen. So I thought that was interesting how they played it, because I don't remember in Walking Dead they never did that. They never had anyone that was like a kid that hadn't done anything. You always started from where everyone like as the get-go. And so I thought that was really good.
Can I call BS on one thing?
Sure.
There's no freaking way that these girls with no experience, no books to study, would know the finishing moves in Mortal Kombat. Up, down, left, right, boom, rip out the person's skull.
Well, that was Riley was the one who picked that one.
Yeah.
The other one's like, what do I do with all these buttons?
Still,
you don't think she could have played?
There's no way she would know the finishing moves to Mortal Kombat, because when they put those out, they didn't publish what those finishing moves. It took people like a long time to finish or find out those finishing moves, and then publicize them like on the internet,
sub-books or whatever.
Yeah, or
there was no internet in the 90s. But
but in 2003 there was.
Yeah.
So and there was internet in the 90s. It was probably like 95 when you were on AOL. But anyways. But word got out for what the finishing moves were, so and people would know. But if they didn't have anybody to help them, they couldn't have done that. So I guarantee it. So
yeah,
all right.
I mean,
but other than that, you know what?
Quarters. I guess if she had nothing better on her time to just sit there and play as much as she could. But yeah. Well, and never mind the fact that how the hell did they even know what Mortal Kombat was? I mean, they completely have been isolated up until recently. So
if Riley. Riley has played this game a few times ahead of time, she would have gotten the gist of the basics. But I'm telling you, the advanced stuff with no outside influence to help her, no way she would have done that.
Well, I got my ass handed to me when I left for a while, and my buddy Jim went with his wife and figured out all the killing moves of all these characters, because I really got into that game for a while. And then I come back, and he's like, spinal column removed from your head. And I'm like, what? What's happening here?
Yeah. Well, so now I will say, Cult Lords fans, we want to hear what you think. Go down and hit the subscribe button. Become a member of the Cult Lords channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Hit the like button and then tell us in the comments what you thought of this game. Tell us what you thought of some of our thoughts. And if you're a game player, we love to hear from you on what you thought of this episode. Especially if they cut out a big portion of this game where Ellie goes out and has to fend for herself to get supplies to help Joel. So, would love to hear what you think. Like, did you like that? So, I don't think I would have liked that. But, want to hear what you think. And Dane.
It does seem like a big change.
Dane,
Yes.
what's your finishing move?
Finishing move! Head removed! Peace out!
Finish it.